Está na moda usar Twitter, Facebook, MySpace, YouTube, as redes sociais onde as pessoas trocam mensagens, opiniões, fotos, vídeos, música. Milhões de internautas publicam blogs, páginas na internet onde qualquer um vira jornalista, escritor, artista. Seria a democratização radical da cultura? Não, declara o repórter inglês Andrew Keane, radicado há muitos anos nos Estados Unidos, que resolveu se insurgir contra a nova fase da internet, mais conhecido como Web 2.0. No livro O Culto do Amador, Keane acusa as novas redes de promoverem a mediocridade e ameaçarem de morte a cultura, o jornalismo, a música e a arte de qualidade. Keane recebeu o Milênio em sua casa em Berkeley, Califórnia, na região que é o berço e o motor da alta tecnologia. Confessando ser viciado naquilo que denuncia, Keane puxou um iPhone e fez seu próprio vídeo do nosso encontro, que imediatamente botou nas redes. Keane se desqualificado para atacar o culto do amadorismo porque se considera ele mesmo um amador.
When I was asked to interview you, I was told, oh, he's anti-technology. He wants to abolish the internet. That's what people find when they look up your name in the internet, apparently. What does that tell about both the internet and yourself?
Right, and I think it tells a lot about critics of people like myself who are critical of the internet, but are also lovers of technology. I think you can be both. I think one of the problems with the techno-utopians around, particularly in Silicon Valley, is that they assume that anyone who's critical of technology is a Luddite, and I'm as wired as them. I have as many gadgets. I'm on the internet as much as them. So yeah, you can be critical of technology and love technology and use it all the time.
Yeah, but you are on Twitter, right? And
I'm on everything. I'm on Facebook, Twitter, friend feed, the works. You can't find something I'm not on.
In your Twitter page, it says you describe yourself as the Antichrist of Silicon Valley. What's that?
Well, the Antichrist is a little bit of a joke, but Antichrist in the sense that if you have a church, you have a Christ, you have a belief in redemption, you have a belief in miracles, in the apocalypse, and then the rest of the discourse of a religious movement. And every religious movement also attracts critics, and often those critics are described as the Antichrist. So I'm someone who pushed against the sort of the religious quality of the Web 2.0 movement and the Silicon Valley utopians who believe that technology could change society and could change individuals.
For people who don't know exactly what it is, what is the Web 2.0?
So very simple. Web 1.0 was a period in the 90s up until about 1999. It was the first stage in the history of the internet when you got this technology and all the traditional media companies put their content on the internet. It didn't represent a cultural revolution. It represented a shift from publishing in physical form to publishing in digital form. So you got something like the New York Times that put its content on the internet. Web 2.0 is a cultural revolution. It was started by Google and then taken up by companies like YouTube and MySpace and Twitter and Facebook. It represents a self-publishing revolution in which rather than having publishers from above, professional journalists publishing their content and distributing it on the electronic network, you had all of us, you and I and everybody else out there, self-publishing, not making any money and distributing their content on blogs and MySpace and YouTube and Twitter. The Web 2.0 movement, implicitly at least, undermines the whole notion of professional journalism and professional media, because now we have the technology that enables all of us to become commentators, and indeed many of us have become commentators. We're all on Twitter, we're all on Facebook, we all have blogs, we're all expressing ourselves. A lot of noise. The problem is there's not a lot of truth, not a lot of quality out there.
But the apologists of this new internet, they say this is democracy, right? Everybody has the right to have their opinion and express it. What do you say to that? Is that true?
Yeah, it's not really true. A lot of the people don't understand democracy. They forget that there was a great debate about democracy at the beginning of this country's history between the Federalists and the Anti-Federalists. The pure Democrats lost. What America has is a representative democracy where they choose elected leaders, professional politicians who represent them. Media, traditional media, is like that. You have experts who represent high quality opinion and content and fact. It's a meritocracy. You can have a meritocracy within a democracy. The radical Democrats on the internet, the ideologists of Web 2.0 are people who believe that all democracy has to be pure, and pure democracy in practice doesn't work. It breaks down into anarchy, and it lends itself not towards democracy, but ultimately towards oligarchy.
I read your book in the Kindle, the electronic book, and when I wanted to search something, it directed me straight to Wikipedia.
Yeah.
So what do you think of that?
Well, I'm pleased you're looking at it on the Kindle. I think the Kindle's a nice device. I hope you paid for it, did you?
Yeah.
Didn't steal my book?
No.
Oh, good.
$10.
$10, that's a deal, although I would rather you have spent $24. I get more money if you buy the physical book. But I don't have a problem with you buying the Kindle. I don't mind you being redirected to Wikipedia, as long as you, as a professional journalist, are critical and understand that it doesn't have a central editor, no one's doing any fact-checking, and often it's a little bit unreliable. Wikipedia is a great first stop for information. It's not a good last stop. So I don't have a problem with Kindle sending you to Wikipedia, but I am concerned that kids in particular don't understand the editorial process within Wikipedia. They don't understand that, in contrast to a traditional book or a traditional encyclopedia, there aren't professional editors fact-checking, making sure that the content in there is actually reliable and accurate.
The old media, and I am old media.
You look old media.
Thank you. The networks, the big, mainstream journalism, they look at this new thing in awe. They think it's fantastic. Twitter covering Iran, things like that. Are they right?